class, and I have my doggy with me, Eva. Eva. There she is. I actually have a clip that I wanted to share with you guys of the following week when Zeus came. I didn't bring him this time because he is a senior dog. Ever since he was a puppy, he had, you know, he loves car rides, but he gets car sick. Yeah, crazy, right? So ever since he was a puppy, he used to throw up in the car. As an adult, he doesn't throw up in the car anymore, but he does get like woozy. So he'll like act really, like his ears will be down. He'll be like really like out of it. He's just try to lay down. He'll be super like floppy. I don't know how to call it, but he just doesn't do well in the car. Yeah. But so and when we came, it was storming in school. So he was literally, he hates any type of storm. He can like sense it from 5 miles away, and he just will start like whimpering. So he was kind of like distracting, and I just don't want to have to deal with it, even though you're used to it. Like when this is the field that you're going into, like people have to be aware that when you work in a vet office, a grooming office, anywhere with animals, a zoo, it doesn't matter, it's loud. Animals are vocal. They vocalize like we talk. Well,
turn right, then turn left on Taft Street.
Sorry, my GPS. They don't have the words to express how they feel. So most of the time animals are gonna whimper, cry, bark, you know, that's how they express themselves. So
turn left, then turn left.
Oh my gosh, I gotta figure, I can't see the, oh my gosh, I think I'm going the wrong, I hope I don't go the wrong way. But anyways, yeah, so I brought Eva instead because nobody really complained about it. It was just like he was annoying to me, and I could only imagine how other people felt. We have a small class. It's literally like 6 people, 5 people, something like that. So everyone loved him, but I just can't. And I feel like it's not fair to him because when he gets stressed out, I'm sure he doesn't want to be in like an office. He had his leg amputated because he had 3 surgeries on his leg. It didn't heal right because he was older when it happened. So after he got his leg amputated, she's so rude. After he got his leg amputated, he's really disliked vets offices because he had to sleep the night there for like a week because it had gotten infection after his 2nd surgery. So he was stuck there for quite some time. So it just really upsets him being in a similar setting. So I think our uniforms plus an office setting like really like just also irritated him and set him off. So I was just like, all right, you know what, let me just keep him home. Even though he's a really good dog to practice on, he's super calm, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna have calm dogs. So I brought Eva. She's calm too. She's a great dog. There's nothing wrong with her. It's just she's bougie. So I think I'm just gonna bring her for now on because she does like being around me, and she loves being around people and other dogs. So she's gonna be the best bet. But here's a clip of last week with the dog mates or classmates, whatever you want to call them, that Zeus got to be a part of, and then we're just gonna go on with the rest of our day. I will see you guys later. Bye. Hey Zeus. Hi. First day of school. First day of school. Well, for Zeus. This is my 2nd day. Cute little backpack.
It's so funny, like I was trying to practice. I wanted to practice
Play date at school. Classmates.
I'm like, I don't have a dog. You don't have a dog? No, my dog just passed away.
Said I'm ready.
And then you would grab him with this arm, right? You would grab him with
Yep.
Grab, what do you mean?
Like you hit this arm around his not.
No, this arm
This
goes
arm
around.
goes around, right?
Yep, you had it right.
Okay.
And what about this one?
This one he's just gonna bring over here to hold him into him.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? This arm is always gonna be in control of the head.
Okay.
Okay? It's alright. Really?
I was videotaping it.
Stand up, Park, stand up.
You
Park, foot, stand up. And you put this arm underneath.
Oh, this arm.
Yep, it's underneath. And I know he's kinda tall for you.
Yeah.
That's
How
hard.
you do?
Yeah. So much.
That's the same.
And then bring this arm to make him sit.
Here?
Yep.
He's like, I got you.
He knows it's me.
She's passed out from today. But yeah, sorry if it's shaky. It's a different mount. I'm in a different car. I'm in my husband's car. But they had fun today. She got, she was being a brat today, so she was a little bit of a harder work. You can see from the video, the clip that I just showed, she was being, I wouldn't say held, but we're learning different maneuvers in order to hold, different types of restraints, but also just maneuvers to get dogs to sit or lay down, because when they're nervous, a lot of dogs, or some dogs are not trained. There's a lot of people out there who have untrained dogs. I mean, it's not a judgment to anybody, but there's not every dog is trained the same, know the same commands. So, and when dogs are nervous, sometimes it just leaves their head, they don't want to do. But anyways, so yeah, so we did those restraints. We were learning different maneuvers. She was being very difficult, and like I was telling my instructor, I was like, if there's something she doesn't want to do, genuinely doesn't want to do it, and you yell at her or whatever you do, she gets upset and she'll start crying. She'll yelp as if she's hurt, but we didn't do anything to her. So today she kind of did that. She started yelping because she didn't want to be touched anymore. She's like, I'm done. But you know what? We used 3 dogs. For some reason, it was just the vibe in the classroom was off or something. So all 3 dogs didn't want to do the assignment. They didn't want to do the maneuvers. They didn't want to do the restraints. A lot of the dogs were just acting up. They just were not having it. They were not having it. So we'll see what happens. I'm just really, honestly, I like doing this hands-on stuff. I love doing it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, we had a test today, and we learned a lot. We were learning the breeds. So we did a dog breed test. The abbreviations, medical abbreviations. So if you're interested in the field, it's a potential. I highly recommend maybe getting out there, seeing if you get a reception job in the field, getting your hands wet, volunteering for animal shelters, even if you're a foster, because like some of these terms you can learn being a foster, because if you do have to give medications to a foster, sorry, I got close to that puppy. If you do gotta get medications, there is a chance you'll have to read the bottle, see what it says, learn those abbreviations. But anyways, just go ahead and do, what I like about my program is they told us that, they work with a lot of different people and companies, and if you're interested in working for them, kind of windy, so I'm like shaking back and forth, but they are willing to work with you, and they say that, they'll a lot of those places, when they're familiar with the school, when they know what they're getting, when they like the quality, and they're familiar with our vets and our CVTs or whatever, then they'll more than likely, and CVT is just what it's called in my state. Every state calls them different. So here in Florida, they call them certified vet techs, even though you're getting a degree, but the licensing, that's what they call it. In other states, it's licensed vet tech, and in other states, it's registered nurse vet tech, which is weird. That's what they call it. They call it a registered nurse tech or vet nurse tech or something like that. It's really weird, but it's called registered instead. So some states, I think they're wanting to change it to where all the states are called a registered nurse vet tech because of the field that we are covering. We don't just do one emergency nurse or one labor nurse or anything like that. As a vet tech, and that's something you do have to be prepared for, we do it all. If you're in a mixed practice, you're going to be working with large animals, you're going to be working with small animals, you're going to be doing anesthesia. That's what we're trained to do. So we're almost like surgical techs as well, because we do the surgical tech side of it where we're helping and assisting during surgeries. And then you have the sorry about the shakiness. I was gonna make this quick, but I guess it didn't. Well, anyways, so basically it's just the breakdown's gonna be a little bit more. So they do want to change the abbreviation because they feel like since our scope is so our scope of practice is so wide, they just want the title to be different to kind of reflect that. So that's all I'm doing, but it's all pretty much the same in every state. You just call it different things. Same education, because if you're accredited by the AVMA, then that's the guidelines you're following. If they're accredited by the AVMA, then it's all the same education because you do have to follow those guidelines. It's the same with medical schools, nursing schools. They're accredited. They go through a medical accreditation in America, and they follow the same guidelines. That's how you keep everything uniform. That's how you know that's why if you're not accredited and you're trying to get the education, they're not necessarily covering all the things that you need to know. So that's one thing you do have to make sure that you are accredited in whatever field you're getting in, because if you graduate and you go in the field and you're not from an accredited program, you cannot get a job because you might not know all the things you need to know in that field. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But today was a tiring day. We have so much more. I need to be on top of videotaping our hands-on time. I always forget. And I end up catching little glimpses here and there. So I'm definitely going to try my best to keep on top of that, especially when we start doing the larger animals, going out into farms, getting into mixed practices, and going out and doing different things and learning about wild animals and stuff, because I feel like that's just really cool stuff to put out there for people to see. There's so many people that like this field and like to learn about it. So stay tuned for that. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and let me know what your thoughts are. Leave comments, ask questions. I'll be glad to answer whatever questions I can answer for you guys. And just let me know, and definitely subscribe, y'all. Show your support. Subscribe to my channel, and thank you for being a part of my journey, you guys. You guys have a great day.